In a late era Fulci film, Demonia is from 1990, and it's a movie that has all the kind of nods to like Fulci films, but it's missing a core that really makes it whole, that makes it a proper Fulci movie, that takes it back to something as wonderful like The Beyond, which Demonia is a pale second behind that kind of movie. It's just a little bit odd. It's like a fever dream. We open up to Sicily, 500 years in the past, as we see a group of nuns crucified, tortured and left for dead by the townsfolk. We jump to the present day, where we have a group of people going to Sicily for an archaeological expedition. And of course, we know our main character is going to stumble across the nuns. She's going to have these weird nightmares and visions. And of course, there will be creepy townsfolk telling everybody, "You're doomed, get out, you can't come here, bad things will happen." Of course, nobody's going to listen. We're going to follow our main character, and we're going to see some really gruesome gore and deaths as people are butchered in the way that only Fulci knows how to depict on camera. My favourite being the moment that someone is literally torn in two. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, here is the story. The story's dull. It's put together in a really weird fashion as well. You get the idea of what's going on pretty early on, but it's not that compelling. It's not that interesting. Although there is some atmosphere and threat and sense of dread here, ultimately, you'd not bought into the story, or I didn't. I felt as if there was no weight to the characters. There was nothing that really made me want to watch and take in what was going to happen next. Everybody just seems almost caricatures of one-note characters. It's unfulfilling to get this far into Fulci's career and see that he's still trying to capture the magic that he had before, but he's lost that touch to make it extra special. In fact, he even puts himself into the movie in a small role as well. It's always a bad sign for me. But it's the weird, what the hell's going on, feeling that I had a lot of times when I was watching these weird dream sequences that just didn't add anything. They didn't create that spooky otherworldly feeling. It didn't feel like a supernatural epiphany of some sort for the character. It didn't feel like the spirits were drawing her in or manipulating her. It just felt like weird fever dreams with the surroundings that she had. It's a shame, because it's got some good points as well. Like I said, the gore and the blood and the kills, when it comes, is pretty fantastic. It stands out. It's bloody, it's gory. It's the type of thing that Fulci can do really well. But everything else seems hollow and empty. It doesn't have that kind of rewatchability. It doesn't have that kind of punch to draw you back to the movie again and again. Something like The Beyond, which I feel is a kind of similar movie, a supernatural entity that's haunting a town and terrifying it. This tries to have the same kind of thing, but it doesn't quite get there. It's missing the mark a lot of the time. I wanted so much to love Demonia. I couldn't even get close to that. I found it a little bit of a struggle to get through. Apart from the old highlight, it was dull. It was not memorable. There was no characters. I can't even remember a single character's name thinking of the movie now. Some nice set pieces, some nice photography, some lovely gore. But that's not enough to make this movie one that you really need to have in your collection, or you may want to go back to again and again. Demonia, glad to have seen it, glad to have chalked another Fulci off the list. Not one of his better ones. I'd love to know your thoughts on the film. Do you love it? Are you like me, not particularly a fan? Do you fall somewhere in the middle? I would love to know why. So let me know in the comment box. We can have a little discussion about this film. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below, there is links to Patreon and the membership channel where you can really help support this channel. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Man v Film.